Namaste and welcome back to Awakened Heart Yoga with Premaloka. So today I have another of our Shine Bright sequences, around 20 minutes long, incorporating a lovely little Vinyasa with the Bakasana and the crane pose and the Shashank Bhujangasana, which is a striking cobra. So it's a reasonably dynamic little sequence with full activation of the chakras. So I'm going to ask you to come to lay in Advasana. So that's laying down on your belly on the mat and make yourself comfortable. Feel free to place your hands, your forehead on your hands, or turn your head to the side, whatever feels comfortable for you. And the hands just rest down by the sides, palms to the ceiling, along the edges of the body, or just away from the edges of the body. And I'm going to ask you to come to your breath as we usually would start. So start to focus on your inhalation and your exhalation. Work in toward lengthening the inhalation and lengthening the exhalation. So breathing deeply. On the inside of the forehead, at the very center, in between the eyebrows, is Premaloka, and I'd like you to focus your awareness on this spot. If it's easy, comes easy for you to visualize and see or imagine a pinprick of white light there, I'm going to ask you to do this and just focus on your breath. Long, full, deep inhalations and exhalations, and complete concentration and focus on this spot. The third eye, the seat of our intuitive selves. Another couple of breaths here. Letting go of this after the next breath, the visualization. Still continuing with your awareness of the breath, and we're going to start to move. We're going to start off with a Cobra Shakti Bandha, an energy releasing pose, where we bring the hands up and splay them wide underneath the shoulders. The elbows are tucked into the sides. Remember that to just start off gently and move into deeper extension. So just be gentle with yourself as you start off. Inhale, lengthen forward, come up just a little, keep the elbows bent inside so the elbows facing each other. And as you exhale, we release to the floor and we bring the heels in towards the buttocks. And we start to pick up a flow, so you can start coming up higher and higher. The breath just gets synchronized with the movement, and each time that you come down, bring the forehead to the floor and the heels towards the buttocks. If you can, the heels come in and tap the buttocks, and we get a little bit of a rocking motion going. And then come down and rest with the head to the side. Turning the forehead or the chin back to neutral, bringing the hands back in. We're going to do a little bit of a Bhujangasana flow, bringing in the twisting cobra. Remember, as we come up, we try to inhale and lengthen before we extend. Inhale, lengthen, come up, bring in the bend to the neck if it's comfortable, eyes to Brahmadya. And then exhale, look over the left shoulder to the right heel. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the other side, looking over the right shoulder to the right heel. Inhale to the center. Exhale back down. Inhale, lengthen and rise. Exhale over one shoulder. Inhale, a little bit more of a curve. Exhale. Inhale and drop. And I'm going to ask you to do this a couple more times. When you're finished, the hands will just come back down by the sides and you'll find yourself in Advasana again. Head turned to the side or resting on the chin or the forehead, whatever's comfortable. And we're going to move into a partial or half Shalabhasana, so a version of the locust pose. This is a easier version, it's not the full pose, and we're just going to do it flowing. So we're looking for a little bit of extension, we're looking to engage through the abdominals, extend as we breathe in. We're going to come up and exhale down and just flow up and down a few times. Inhale, we come up, lift the hands and the feet off the floor, and the belly is connected, and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. One more. Inhale up, exhale down. Place the hands underneath the shoulders and push up onto the knees and all the way back into lovely extended Shashankasana, extended child. I'm going to ask you to come to your breath, to remain an extended child. Bring your awareness back to that spot in the very center of the forehead at Brahmadya. Focus your breath there for just a few breaths before we start to move. Into our little Vinyasa or flow. So we find ourselves in our extended child pose. I'm going to ask you to lift the head just off the mat and cast your gaze towards the top of the mat, and we're going to strike into our striking cobra. Lower all the way down, chin to the floor, and then push back, keeping low. And then rolling cat. So we come into an arched cat. And then we dip the belly, turn the toes under, and we come into our mountain pose or downward dog. We ensure that both the feet are on the mat. and we walk the hands back towards the feet, and we widen the feet and drop down into this wide squat into Malasana pose, and we bring the hands into prayer. We widen through and raise the gaze towards the sky on the inhale, and then we exhale and we extend long. Inhale, we come all the way back. We pop the hands on the floor, come up onto our toes and move up into the crane pose. Bring the toes together and then release. Bring the heels down to the floor, the hands back into Malasana. Inhale, exhale. Place the hands on the mat again. Widen just a little bit more through the feet. And then hands to the knees. We're coming into Uddara Kashanasana. Bring the right knee over towards the instep of the left foot. Instep of the right foot is flat to the mat. Inhale, we come and open again. Exhale all the way. Bring the knee, squash the belly in. The thighs are pushed together and open up wide again. Place the hands on the mat, move them back to the insteps. It's a little bit wordy, we're doing a lot. Move them back to the insteps, and starting with the tailbone, start to lift the belly up all the way. Don't lock your legs or knees in place, but rotate the tailbone. And then find yourself in this forward bend, and as you hang, we're doing these little bounces. The belly is pressing into the thighs. A few little bounces. Inhale. And then as you go to exhale, drop all the way back down. Find yourself in Malasana again. Place the hands on the floor. Sweep all the way up. Finish in mountain. Drop to the knees. Extended child. So we're going to do that at least a couple more times until it becomes part of, or the flow feels like it's easy for you to remember. So into extended child. Raise the gaze, strike into your cobra. Lower the chin to the floor and chest and push back. Ease up into rolling cat, into mountain. Exhale, rotate the tailbone. Ensure that the feet and the hands are on the mat, and then walk the hands all the way back. Deep forward bend, widen the toes, drop the bottom down to the floor. Find yourself in Malasana, hands into prayer. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drop the ears down in between the arms and stretch towards the front of the room. Inhale, coming all the way back. And then as you exhale, come up onto the toes. Place the hands on the floor. Spread the fingers wide. Pop up into the crane pose. Bring the toes together. Draw in through the navel. And exhale back once again. Inhale, place the hands on the knees. Push the right knee down to the instep of the left foot. Squeeze the thighs together. The belly's pressed onto the knees. Inhale, back up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, back up once again. Finding yourself in Malasana. And then place the fingers under the insteps of the feet. Inhale, raise. Exhale, start with the tailbone and come all the way up. Turn the feet into parallel. Draw down and then place the hands between the legs and find yourself in this little hanging, bouncing forward bend. And then inhale, widen, pop down again. Inhale, look up. Exhale, come all the way forward. Drop the hands to the floor, push off. Find yourself up in mountain. Drop to the knees, push the buttocks back over the heels, and find yourself in extended child once again. And we may have time to do that once more. Extended child, raise the gaze, strike. Lower down, push all the way back, rolling cat. We've got this cat arch, and then dip down, and we're in Asana or downward dog. Hands and feet on the mat, walk the hands all the way back. Find yourself in this forward bend, widen through the feet. Drop the buttocks down towards the heels, and the arms are on the insides of the knees. Inhale, extend through the thighs, length through the spine, eyes to the sky. Exhale, draw long. The ears on the insides of the arms. Inhale, coming all the way back. Exhale, come up onto the toes, fingers splayed wide. Pop up into your crane pose or Bakasana. And exhale, come back down again. Hands into prayer. Place the hands on the knees. Inhale, right knee all the way over. Squeeze the thighs together, belly to the knees. Inhale to the opposite side. Exhale. Hands coming back down once again. Prayer. Place the hands on the mat and then come back and take hold of the insteps. Draw the navel in, extend and exhale, leading with the tailbone, coming all the way up. Draw down as we bring the feet into parallel. Don't lock the knees in place. Hands on the inside, and we have this bouncing, hanging little forward bend. Rotate the tailbone to the sky. And then inhale, all the way back down to the squat. Exhale, coming all the way up into mountain, and then drop to the knees and lower down to extended child. Sweep the hands all the way back around into full child's pose, and bring your awareness back to Premaloka at the eyebrow center. And once again, focus all your breath there. All breath awareness at Premaloka at the eyebrow center. And then when you're ready, I'm going to ask you to slowly unfurl. Draw the navel in. Come all the way up to upright, sitting in Vajrasana or Vajrasana. If it's comfortable, the big toes are crossed at the back. The shoulders are eased away from the ears. The chin is tucked in towards the pit of the throat. Lengthen the crown of the head towards the sky. And bring your focus to your breath. Inhalations and exhalations here. Now start drawing the prana up from Muladhara, which is our root chakra, which is about 2 inches in and down from the tailbone. If you can visualize, see or imagine a sphere of crimson red from that comes a stream of prana that travels back, enters the tailbone, and travels up through the center of the spine, the center nadi shushumna, all the way out. And when it comes out of the crown of the head. And if you can, visualize, see, or imagine that it shoots off like a firework into 1,000 different colored streams of prana spraying out of the crown of the head like a fountain or a firework of prana. Inhale from this crimson sphere of Muladhara. Draw it all the way up the central nadi channel of Sushumna. Send it out of the crown of the head, exploding into 1,000 streams of multi-colors of prana. And just continue with us. Longer to spend, I'm going to ask you to just continue to sit with this little pranayama or meditative breathing practice. But if it's time to go, take a few more breaths before letting go of the visualization and coming back to your physical body and the space around you. If you have time, please drop down into Shavasana 5 or 10 minutes, or tune in and do one of the pranayams or nidra videos that I have uploaded. But if it's time for you to go and you're coming out of this practice, I would like to say Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste. Thank you for